Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how are you doing? Now we haven't had an all-star map for a while now, one that gets 5 stars in each of the 3 separate categories. Now, I'm not promising that we'll definitely have one today or tomorrow, but there's a reasonable chance that we might just get close. Reason being? We've got 2 of the top creators, the star performers of the modern game, well, creating maps today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's one was selected by the Patreon BonBonB buddies, so thank you very much for doing that, guys. And today's one, well, it was flying high in the charts, and I couldn't not review it, given that it's somebody that you will know, you may even recognise, even though it's a slight break from their usual style, and I'm really pleased to see that. Thank you very much for taking a chance, for taking a risk and doing something different. Okay. Now, don't skip to the end to check the scores, because that's just cheating. Skip to the beginning and get that finger waggling, because it's your daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does help to support me and any other YouTuber you follow, so please give us a like and help promote us and get us seen by more people. Thank you, guys. Right, okay, today's map is Ariu, Sandu, Islands. I think that's pronounced right, I could be wrong. Anyway, it's by Ikanya, which I know is the correct pronunciation on that one. The start square is very busy and I like it a lot. Gotta say that, it's popping. Love it. There's your resources. Now, lots of field painting going on. Usable with the new DLC? Definitely. Realistic? Probably not, but I'm sure you can find a way of making it work for you. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it just says Fine Road Tool and Owl's Albedo theme. But there is also a one-click collection and also some light settings as well. It says mods, more goodies for the eyes. You do really require the Daylight Classic and a relight as well, especially if you want to have the settings just as in the thumbnails. Relight isn't actually listed at all, even though it is the recommended LUT, i.e. the relight film, and that's what we'll be using today. Right, okay, if you're happy with all of that, let's have a look at the map. Now, the map does start off in the fog, which we're not going to switch off. Reason being, there's actually nothing to see. The islands right on the edge of the map are completely undecorated, and it's fine because they're not meant to be seen. And the bridges are perfectly perfect as well. So we're going to let that go. I know a few of you do like the fog to be switched off, but in this occasion, there's literally no reason to, so that's fine. We do have this intersection, the goat intersection as I call it, right out on the edge here of the island. In case you want to get started out here, it's not the start square, but it's perfectly adequate for once you've expanded out to get started over this way, especially if you're playing vanilla rules and you unlock that, you won't have to spend money or time on building an intersection, which is always a bit of a blessing. Now, it's quite an aesthetically nice looking map, very flat land with these rather large hills for backdrop. Not particularly realistic, but as always I take Ikanya's maps with a pinch of salt, with a pinch of fantasy about them, and here we are. Now, is that very busy start square I was talking about? A lot going on here. Arizandi's work with the intersections, and if you're going to work with anybody with intersections, you work with Arizandi. We're going to quickly do a quick flyover to show you. We have highways running across the intersection. We don't actually connect with anywhere else. And then we've got this little break off down here, so you can get started all over the place. All over the place, yeah. There is only the 2 highway connections running across the map. Would it benefit from a third? Arguably, but the more I look at it, the more I think it would probably be okay with just the 2. It would get a bit busy through the middle, but I think you can make it work. We've got some very nice bridges going on, very simple, not much to talk about, I will show you. And also look at the ferns down there. A little bit of minor understated detailing. Without the ferns there, would have been a lot more, well, boring, I suggest, maybe. We have some multi-level bridges going on here with this intersection. Very tidily done. Very nicely done. Nice roadside detailing. Question is that high enough? Is it donut proof? Possibly. Not sure. Can't test it without setting things up and waiting for a donut to come. Maybe. It's a bit close. It's a bit tight, but it might be okay. Down here, we've got some more of the same. This is plenty high enough there. Oh, God. Hang on. Sorry, I didn't expect to have to climb anything today. Over here, ooh, close again. Is it donut proof? Not certain. We have streetlights clipping in, but not clipping through. Benefit of the doubt. Yes, benefit of the doubt. Probably okay. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. Now, we've also got these cutting underneath. Hang on, let's get across here as well. Run up the hill. Running up that hill with no problem. We do have a little bit... Oh, we've got streetlight clipping here. This is a bit low. That, I'm sure, isn't donut proof. A little bit of blue mantle showing over there as well. But not the worst, and it is tucked away. So I might let that one go. And if we come and have a look on the top, we have got a streetlight just showing its head through the tarmac. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Bridge over the water, absolutely perfect. No worries with that one. Back down to ground, and we're cutting swathes through the landscape now. This is all very nice. This is just cruising through what is perfectly flat land and perfect for, well, the beginner to build onto. No slopes to worry about. And we've got another potential start square over here once you expand out this way. Nice intersection as well. It's all very nice indeed. Or is it? Or is it? I ask you. Yeah? Yeah, we've got a lot of blue mantle going on down here. A lot of blue mantle. Ready for the comedy moment? Here it is. Yeah, that's not really what the game is intended to do. But, okay, let's come back out. Hey, hey. Little bit of blue mantle. Tucked in. I can't let that one go, I'm afraid, because you can see it when you rotate the camera around. The other one was tucked right at the back, and you have to be in and underneath to make it out. And who else would do that apart from me? Hands raised now, please, guys. Hands raised. Would you? Well, you're a liar. You're a liar. Yes, both of you two. Yeah, you sit at the back now. Off you go to the back. Right, the rail, I'm going to show you the rail just because I'm going to show you the rail. It is one rail line that runs across the length of the map and doesn't do anything really. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. Just S's its way all the way across the environment towards the fog. Right, okay, are you ready for today's rather nice asset of the day? Are you? Good, you better be. Sit back and relax. We're off to Assetville. All aboard! And here we are. Now, today's one is by, yes, it's Lost Gecko again. Lost Gecko is just one of the best at this. In fact, possibly the only one doing this. But they've cracked it. Absolutely cracked it. It's a really nice one. This is the Bourges. Trying to get this right. I'm going with Bourges. Bourges Shop 1 France by Lost Gecko. Again, lovely little tiny asset here and very ploppable. It'll be going into Old Town in Asset World, which will be on Sunday. Are you following that? Are you watching it? You should be. We use every single asset that you see in the map reviews is used in Asset World. And it's starting to fill up. That little city's looking all right now. Anyway, there you go. Bourges, Shop 1, France by Lost Gecko. Today's asset of the day. Now, we head across to Themeton Island. Guess what? I have remembered. Finally! Deluxe theme by Uritar is known in-game as Yesland theme. Yeah, so if you do like this theme and you subscribe to it, you will be looking in the content manager and all the other the ways that you set the game up, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. For Yesland theme, and we're using Seas, Milky, Tropic, and Lot, and factoids because factoids. The strain of being Prime Minister in the United Kingdom was too much for the Earl of Rosebery. He resigned because the worry gave him insomnia. One last one. A 15th century criminal was so terrified of his own death sentence that he agreed to be one of the first medical guinea pigs. He underwent an agonising and dangerous operation, was sewn up and survived to receive a pardon. I think I'll just have the death sentence, please. Oh dear, can you imagine? Ooh, I've got the shudders just thinking about it. Anyway, shipping routes going through, don't know what these are. What are those then? Shipping route goes all the way across the islands, goes there that side. We've got one on the other side as well, goes all the way up the islands and around, loops around that way. And we do a little proper loop back in a second, right there. Yeah, proper loop around and loop back, and another. Oh, it goes in this way. Oh, it's crikey, it's looping everywhere. It's gone everywhere, and a proper loop in there as well. It loops. It's a loopy route. We have water flow points in all the nooks and crannies, so it would appear. There's one there. Yeah, lots of water coming out of there. And over here we got water flowing out of the river, which is fine, which is fed by these waterfalls, which is always a way of making the water move, of course, bit of gravity. A bit still over this side. Whereabouts is that on the map? Yeah, it's okay, because you're probably already going to have your water points sorted already before you get to that location. Right, okay, let's have a look at the map as a whole. And it's quite pretty, isn't it? It's quite a pretty map. I don't know if it's the most pretty map we've ever seen from Icania, but Icania does know how to make pretty maps. We do have these rather large hills. Before we look at that one, because that's the elephant in the room, I think, we'll have a look at this one first of all. Now, aesthetically, the build is actually, I quite like it. It's possibly a bit too big, but I like the way it's kind of like softly chiseled to give these smooth, almost angular curves, if that's such a thing. Angular curve? I'm going with it. I'm sticking with it. It's my show. Okay, so we've got that one. Well, over here as well, we've got, again, some nice angular curves going along here. We've got the ridge up the top as well. Yeah, I like the way it smoothly transitions into the farmland, except for these fields. They're a little bit, you imagine trying to plough that field there. I think maybe the field should have ended a little bit further down. I'm not going to mark anything down for that, mind you, but possibly a little bit lower. Now, at the top here, this ridge, it's got some shark's teeth on it, minor shark's teeth. I would prefer them if they look like erosion, as opposed to what they're actually pointing up. So yeah, that minor little grumble there. Nothing that I would mark down on either, because it's just this is a personal shout on that one. We've got a couple of extra hills going on here as well, and then we got the big one. The big one. This one comes up here, and once again the terrain work is quite. And look at the view. Oh, now that's a view. Imagine when you've got your city down there. That is very nice indeed. Okay, so let's have a look at the cliff faces. Now, it's a really nice theme. Al's Albedo theme is very nice. We come right in. You can check. Look at that. Granite face is very, very nice indeed. But as you pull back, it does tend to tessellate, which is okay in smaller areas. But when you're painting a whole area like that, as cliff, I know it's not painted, but it's a large area. Same over here. As you pull back, you do your screenshots of your city from afar. That is your background, and it looks a little bit like a jumper, knitted jumper, a little bit. So the theme is fine. I think basically probably a little bit too large an area of cliff face. Now, waterfalls. Icania is the king of waterfalls. He's done the most beautiful waterfalls we have ever seen in the game. These, however, I feel a little bit let down by. Almost a little bit, I mean, cheated is the wrong word, but let down by, I think. The water source is okay. I'd like to see a little bit more detailing around it. It's a bit bland, if I'm honest with you. And then a nice bit of detailing around the actual entrance to the waterfall there. Just a little bit, though. It probably would have taken about 20 seconds. And down here, probably took about 10 seconds to detail that. And then same detailing as before, a little bit more so though, and a little bit detailing at the bottom. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed. only because of the high. If that was anybody else, I'd be accepting of it. But because of the high standards that we get from Icania, from waterfalls, the amount of times that we've just gone, whoa, just going to leave it as a screensaver. Honestly, some of them you could just leave as a screensaver. That one just doesn't really cut it for me. The rivers are fine. The rivers are absolutely fine. There's enough variety along the riverbanks just to keep it looking interesting. It zigzags a little bit and it exits over here. And that's kind of, I like to see a little bit of a sandbar pushing out where the beach begins there. But once again, it's just a minor little thing. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. The fields, there we go. There is no tessellated fields. Nice variation of shapes and patterns and crops, for want of a better phrase. I like that. That's much better work. Obviously, field painting is one of those things that you can take it or leave it. Some of you won't like it at all. There is a field somewhere. I'm going to find it. I'm going to try and find it. It's these crops here, but it's not there. Hang on. I'm just scanning. You know, I couldn't help but stop seeing it earlier, and now when I'm looking for it, I can't find it. I can't find it. This will have to do. This isn't the exact location, but these crops, okay? Right, we're growing them under management conditions, yeah? It's all good, but they're growing in the wild right here as well. So, okay, that's fine. I won't be buying from that farmer. I'll just go and nick some off of that free tree. I don't know what we're growing here, but yeah, that's what I would be doing. I mean, okay, I'm being a bit silly there, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, they're down here. Lots of them down here. I'll come over to this little oasis. Nice water detailing, by the way. Very nice water detailing. Okay, we'll pull back and let's have a look at the islands. We haven't looked at the islands. I mean, it's the Lao Islands. We haven't looked at the islands. The islands are spindly. Some of them are hard to build on, but very nice aesthetically, especially that one on the left. We just... look at it, BonBonB. No, camera's not going to pan on it. Yeah, kind of like, sort of a little bit. You had about half a second to absorb that island. Now, I'm looking for those things that I couldn't identify in the fly-through. Where were we? Over here. There is somewhere. Come on, find it. It's here. Found them. There you go. These things. It is the essential lighthouse. You've been waiting for this moment. I know. You won't skip to the end and... oh, what the hell is that? Don't know. It's a divot. An underwater divot. Okay, now, would I like to see these pushed down a little bit into the environment a little bit? Let's go and remove it. There's very little to call on this one. Very little to call. Would I prefer that, like that? Yes, but enough to make a big thing over it? Maybe not. How about over here? How about this one? This one's possibly a little bit worse. I definitely would like to see this little... oh, hello, sorry. Center the camera. Let's push it down a little bit. And that one, yeah, that one's definitely a lot better like that one. But once again, the difference between that and that, negligible. Negligible. Okay, your chance to vote. Is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count because we use them towards the Viewer's Choice show. At the end of the month, we look at the top 10 maps that is voted by you. Right, okay. Are you ready for a little bit of BonBonB marking? I think we should do this. Okay, aesthetically, I don't think it's the most beautiful map we've ever seen from Icania, but it's a very nice looking map and it's worth way more than 3 stars. Unfortunately, we can't do way more than 3. We've got to do 4. 4 stars for aesthetics. Detailing. Across the whole, very nice. Lots of detailing going on. Definitely falls short of 5 stars. We've got a little bit of blue mantle here and there, and so. But I can't drop it to a 3. I cannot drop it to a 3. It's 4 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. I think the only argument here really is regard to could it do with an extra road or rail connection. And I have looked at it, and I have looked at it, and I have looked at it, and I think it can certainly get away with just the double connections. So I'm going with 5 stars for gameplay potential. Ariu, Sandu, Lao Islands by Icania. Could have a better name. Definitely gets the BonBonB seal of approval. Not Icania's best map, If it was a shell full of just his maps, I would probably not give it a seal of approval, but honestly, you won't go wrong with that one. You won't. Right, okay. Thank you very much for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Vote on the map that's on screen now. And I know we're kind of into November. The Patreon list will be updated in a couple of days' time, I promise you. And we'll change the picture as well. How about that? Okay, that's it. I'm off. See you later. Have a great day. It's been great talking to you, and to me too.